From the Star in Frisco today. Glad you guys are with us. Dave is wearing Redskins colors, but don't worry about it. We're just going to move past that.
Put me on blast. There's no yellow.
Tay, Jesse in the house. We have a lot for you guys today. Locker room was open. Things were said. People were talking. We'll get to it all and much more. Dave, kickoff time.
Yeah, speaking of locker room, thank you, Lindsay. Ezekiel Elliott, Zach Martin, Cole Beasley. Name your offensive player. The thing I keep hearing about is the communication hasn't been good enough on the road in these 3 road losses. I don't want to hear it this week because I've been to FedEx Field. It's basically Dallas North. Like, this is not an away game. There's going to be a lot of Cowboys fans in the building, so it's not holding water this week. I'd love to see the offense play well.
Yeah, Dave, you bring up communication. Well, one guy who used to help with that was Travis Frederick. Even though he's not on the field this season, he's still giving back to the community. On Monday night, he held his Steak Out for Hunger event that raised $250,000. That's going directly to people that need it. And I just think it's incredible that even when he's not playing, he's still able to provide and give back.
And if you've been here in the DFW, you know that we skipped right over fall. We went from summer to winter, rainy and cold. I just hope that we can go from winning at home to winning on the road. Just that simple. Just skip right over the losing part and just win on the road now.
You look like spring, though.
Yeah.
Springy?
It's a spring day.
You bring us alive on this show.
Color. You got to color it up a little bit.
Talking about the Redskins now in Got Your Number. We're breaking it down for you. Dave does this specifically every week for Cowboys Break, the podcast. So I know you've been talking about Alex Smith. What do you got for us?
Cross promotion. Way to go, Lynn. Yeah.
Here for you, big fella.
I said this on the break today, and I mean it as a compliment. I think Alex Smith is what Dak Prescott can be. And like I said, I say that's a compliment. I know people are down on Alex Smith. This is a guy that's taken multiple franchises into the playoffs. He protects the ball, 6 touchdowns to 2 picks this year. He does not throw interceptions. This is a smart, mobile quarterback who can efficiently move an offense, only averaging like 227 per game. So again, you see the similarities between the way he plays and the way Dak wants to play. Doesn't mean he's not good. He's a guy you're going to have to account for. But
his coach is down on him right now, though. So he's holding the ball a little bit too long.
He probably is, but even still, he's only gotten sacked 4 times this year.
True.
Like I said, Alex Smith, better than he gets credit for. Just watch. He's a guy you got to account for.
Okay, he steers the offense. He doesn't turn the ball over. The next guy we're talking about is AD. Yes, I mentioned him earlier this year. Adrian Peterson, the elite running back, 7-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro. This guy is still elite.
You got the whole resume right
I mean, it's easy to talk about this guy. Jason Garrett did it. Ezekiel Elliott did it today in the locker room, but he's a guy who doesn't turn the ball over. In their 3 wins, he's averaging about 104 yards a game. So, I mean, Adrian Peterson's still bringing it with this offensive line and with Alex Smith.
I thought his career was over, to be honest with you.
Everybody thought it was dying out.
He looks real good.
Tay, who you got?
Mine is on the other side of the football, and that is Josh Norman. This guy, he had a bad Week 5 performance. Yes, he got benched the second half for his headphones wearing. Seemed to have an issue in the first half, even giving up a long touchdown. But Week 6, he came back against the Carolina Panthers. No doubt it's his former team. He had a lot of spice, a lot of juice. He took the team really on his back to get them to 3-2 so that they would be leading in the NFC East with that bye weekend. But guys, Josh Norman, I thought the same with you, Lindsay. Like Adrian Peterson's career being over, I thought Josh Norman was on the end of it. I still think that this week will be a big challenge for the Cowboys. I know he doesn't have Des Bryant to juice him up this week, but I think he'll probably love that even more.
Yeah, no telling what he's going to do. Maybe go after Cole Beasley?
I want to see who he jaws with.
Right?
He will. There's
Just
no
who
doubt.
you breaking down for us today?
I'm on defense as well, and I have Ryan Kerrigan. And think about Ryan Kerrigan. He's 9th right now actively in sacks with 72. This is a guy who has a J.J. Watt-like motor. Not saying he's J.J. Watt. I'm saying his motor is like J.J. Watt. He's nonstop, constantly coming at you. So guys like Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith, you can't take a play off because Ryan Kerrigan is relentless. He is coming, and he's coming again, and he's coming again. And he's the kind of guy that can wreak havoc on the game. So for Dak Prescott, he has to get the ball out, see him on his front side, and be able to move up in the pocket, allowing Lyle Collins to block him around Dak Prescott. But Ryan Kerrigan is a guy, if we don't block him and we don't put bodies on him consistently, he can cause trouble because he does not take a play off.
Seasoned veteran, too.
Stop number 91.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Noted.
Yes.
Noted.
So if you say Cowboys Redskins, everyone knows about this rivalry. So we're going into power rankings, giving you our favorite rivalries. And this one, I mean, It's a given. Everybody loves Cowboys Redskins.
Yeah, everyone loves Cowboys Redskins, and so that's why I went with the Cowboys Eagles, because I think during the time that I've been here, the Cowboys Eagles rivalry has been even stronger. Yes, it goes back in the day, and yes, you see people like T.O. have gone on to the Eagles. It felt like all the time these former Cowboys would go to the Eagles. I know they go everywhere, but it just felt like the Eagles was. Now you have Carson Wentz and you have Dak Prescott, which has really become this QB battle of the NFC East, and that's what I've been watching, that's what I've been seeing. I think that there's no doubt with them being the defending Super Bowl champions that this year when the Cowboys see them for the first time, people will be on edge.
We'll talk more about that later, but yes. That is growing into, well, it already is a crazy rivalry. Who you got? Power ranking.
We're talking about old rivalries. Cowboys Redskins is as old as it gets. I know yours, Lens, is a really old one. Let me tell you where I'm coming from, okay? The NFC South, the Saints and the Falcons.
Okay.
These are garbage franchises historically. You know what? It doesn't matter at all. I think this is the most intense rivalry in the NFL right now.
Intense.
And even better is that both of these teams have gotten good over the last decade. You see my guy Steve Gleason making an iconic play right there.
Yes.
Both of these franchises needed until the last 10 years to taste success, and now that they have it, it means that much more to them. And when these teams play, you get the feeling that they actually hate each other, which you don't see in the NFL these days. You know, players are much more friendly than they used to be, not in these games. I love watching these two teams go against each other.
Now, you talk about a rivalry. I have one that gets nasty, that gets physical. It is the essence of what football is. That's right. It's Pittsburgh and the Baltimore Ravens. These two teams, now football has changed a little bit over time, and it's much more vanilla, a little bit soft now. But when these two teams get together, you can throw all out the window. Someone's getting penalties and fines because they're going to go at it. And they had some great rivalries. Ray Lewis, Troy Polamalu, The Bus. You got Hines Ward. You got Steve Smith when he was there. I mean, Terrell Suggs.
Some hits.
This game right here is what football is all about. They usually play when it's cold outside. You know it's going to be a defensive struggle. They're going to be physical. The plays are going to be there. And every game seems like it goes down to the wire. This right here, it may be, out of all the rivalries, the newest of all of ours up here, but this is the most physical, and this is the essence of what the National Football League and football really is, Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Okay, you say that. I bring you Packers Bears.
Ooh.
That might be even more nitty gritty. Dave was such a gentleman in our production meeting and gave me this rivalry because I'm the biggest Brett Favre fan that there is. Yes, this goes back to the 20s, but I remember the Brett Favre, Donald Driver, Almond Green days. Growing up, I had that jersey. I just love it. And I love the game now. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has made it a must-see game every single time they play.
Renewed with Khalil Mack now.
Renewed with Khalil Mack. Thank you, Tay. Absolutely.
I think Jesse's right that, like, you know, Ravens, Steelers personifies the NFL now. Packers Bears just personifies it over the 100-year history of the league.
Absolutely.
I mean, I get juiced when I see those teams going against each other.
All right, guys, we're taking a quick break. When we come back, we've mentioned it earlier, but the Cowboys must win on the road. We break it down for you next.
Hey Dallas Cowboys fans, I'm Danny Starek at the AT&T Media Center. The Dallas Cowboys Rookie Club teamed up with Essilor USA volunteers to make a difference at the North Texas Food Bank. The rookies split up into two teams and competed to see who could fill the most boxes of canned food items. Over 200 boxes were filled, which contributes to the North Texas Food Bank's annual goal of providing 74 million meals. Stay tuned because the Cover 4 crew will talk about the struggles the Cowboys have faced on the road so far this season and what they need to do to turn it around before heading to Washington.
How will history define us?
The perfect size?
Perfect hair?
Every box checked?
No, we set the tone.
We are works of art.
Who we are is not defined by what they say, but by what we create.
The legacy we build.
Fire in our souls.
We are strong.
We are unstoppable.
We
are Cowboys fans.
Gruden savagery, go to www.isgrudengonyet.com. It has not only the countdown till his contract ends, it has how much money he's making as we are watching it on the site.
Life comes at us fast, man. Remember, like Raiders fans, I mean, it was Christmas for them the day he got hired, and now
just brutal.
That's pretty intense right there. Shout out to
that's the NFL.
The coding major in college who just made that for fun.
Some poor Raiders fan in class right now.
Scattering report for you guys, though, as we move into this weekend and, of course, look ahead in the next coming weeks, we're telling you everything you need to know, what we're worried about.
Yeah, who are you looking at first?
First up would be the Redskins. David Hellman, it's on you again to break it down for us.
Honestly, I'm shocked that this is a game for the division lead. Did not see that going down that way. Did not, the Redskins flew under the radar this entire offseason. Their leading rusher wasn't even on the team at the start of the season. It was supposed to be my guy, Darius Guy. So they're finding ways to get it done. Having said that, this could be famous last words. They have talent. I like Alex Smith as a player. They've got 2 tight ends in Jordan Reed and Vernon Davis. I don't think they're really that good, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, if the Cowboys are even close to being for real, this is a winnable game. Like I said, this is not the best home field advantage in the league, but not for the Cowboys at the very least. And these are just games that you need to find a way to win. I'm not saying the Redskins are bad, but this is a manageable game. You should be able to find a way to get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Linz, I am looking up the Titans. I want to see what they're about because I feel like they're still a tricky team. 3-3 on the season. They got that bad beating against the Ravens last week, and they're going to be playing the Los Angeles Chargers.
11
sacks. Yeah, it was not good. It was not pretty for Marcus Mariota, but the Cowboys will be playing them on Monday Night Football, and what's interesting to me on this is that they'll have their bye week, and then they'll have all the next week until they play on Monday Night Football, which is a lot of rest. So any injuries or anything that the Cowboys are working on, they'll have that time. I just think this will also be a unique game for them because Jason Witten will be back in the building. So
that'll be a fun one for Cowboys.
Yeah, it really will.
Okay, so after the Titans, the Cowboys play the Eagles, which everyone is going to have all eyes on.
The rivalry.
Not ideal situation for the Cowboys, though, because the Eagles will be hosting the Cowboys and coming off of their bye week. So they're 3-3 now. They host Carolina this weekend, I believe. I don't think they're traveling. Yeah. So I don't know. It's down the road a little bit, but they are banged up. So Cowboys fans are hoping that they continue to stay banged up, but coming out of a bye.
I worry that the defending champs eventually get it together.
Exactly.
Like, they won a Super Bowl. They know how to win.
Right?
They know how to win.
The Patriots seem to do it every year.
They figure out a way.
Yeah.
All right, Jess.
And for me, it's one team that you look at. You think this team makes you pull your hair out and it's confusing. The Atlanta Falcons is just that same way. When you look at the Atlanta Falcons, they have a top 10 quarterback. They have a top 5 receiver. And you look at the numbers, Matt Ryan, he's top 5 in passing in the NFL. Julio Jones, he's top 3 in receiving yards in the NFL with 0 touchdowns. This is one team, it's mythifying and it blows your mind that this team have all this talent, yet and still they're where they are. What, 2-4?
2-4.
That's just a terrible thing. But the flip side, when you go to defense, that's where they suffer at.
Yep.
They're bottom 2 of the National Football League in all statistical defensive categories. So while they're doing things offensively, defensively, they're giving up just as many points as they're trying to score. 29 points they're giving up defensively. So this Atlanta Falcons team, a ton of talent, but it just makes you want to just pull out your hair, kind of like the Dallas Cowboys a little bit.
That was my Super Bowl pick. So don't listen to what I say. So
Round off time. Why are the Cowboys struggling so much on the road? I'll let you guys go first.
I think it's what I brought up earlier, and I could be completely wrong, and I wish that they would just tell me in the locker room. I feel like this is where you miss Travis Frederick the most. He is the guy who brought all of the pieces together, especially on the offense. Now, defense, I don't know, but on the offense, Travis Frederick was your dude. He was communicating to everybody. Now, I think Joe Looney has been fine. I just think they need to be a more poised team, and I feel like communication helps with that.
Let me hit you with this question, Mr. Receiver Man.
Okay.
You basically, I know, okay, Cole Beasley's been here. That's about it, though, especially Terrence Williams is not part of this offense right now. Am I reading too much into it to think that There's too many new faces, too many guys trying to learn things to get on the same page in a hostile environment like this.
You hit it right on the head.
Awesome.
Thank
All right.
you. I wish other people would admit that
You hit
youth
it
and
right
inexperience matters.
But I had Deontay Thompson on Cowboys Hour the other night, and he was saying that he doesn't even notice that. He doesn't feel like this is a new gel team.
He's older.
Sanjay Lal together.
Well, what's the issue then?
He
Can we get this thing going
they
or what?
went down to Orlando, and they did this on purpose because they knew how many new guys were here. They went with Dak to work on their rapport.
Yeah, but the one thing about that, they did that for 1 week only. You don't build rapport with brand new guys in 1 week. You had an entire offseason to build this kind of rapport with these guys. So going down to Orlando for 1 week doesn't get you to that point. And then when they go on the road, they're only scoring 12.3 points a game, and they only have 279 yards of total offense. You're not going to win many games on the road.
We're all doing our homework. I talked to Cole Beasley for whatever it's worth today, and he said communication as well. He's like, we're just not sharp. We don't talk enough.
See?
And I think that comes down to, poise. You said poise. Are they poised on the road? These young, inexperienced guys are not poised.
And then another guy that we're missing that will be back here in 2 weeks, Jason Witten. Jason Witten was on that offense. If you guys saw him on the plane and he was saying something, you were listening.
Yeah.
And Jason Witten isn't there anymore. Not saying that nobody listens to Dak Prescott or the other leaders of this team, but I think that Jason Witten was the guy who was like, 1, 2, 3, guys, be quiet, let's listen. Who is doing that now?
And then you get on the road, somebody has to right the ship when it's going wrong, right?
Yes.
They don't have that one guy that you can go, hey, come together, fellas, like a Jason Witten, and really right the ship and get things back going again for the team.
So is a fourth game enough time to, when can that be better? Will it be better this year?
It's tough when you're losing, though. When you're losing, you have to go back to the drawing board and keep fixing things instead of being able to take things and go forward. You got to keep taking steps back.
This week, someone will emerge. We're claiming it here on Cover 4. Someone's going to step up, right the ship, right? Who's with me?
I didn't get that note in the production meeting.
Yes, we're doing it now in run time. Jesse, take us to OT.
All right, Tavon Austin went out with a groin injury last week. Jason Garrett came out today and said he's going to get a second opinion. One thing I do know about going to get a second opinion, it usually doesn't end well. So Tavon Austin, we need you back soon, but get healthy fast.
Guys, we know that Jerry Jones likes to put people into the Cowboys Ring of Honor in threes. He did that, of course, with the infamous triplets. He also did it with the random Larry Allen, Charles Haley, and Drew Pearson pairing. But I think the next three we're going to be looking at is Witten, Romo, and DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware said on The Fan that he actually knows the exact date he will be inducted. We don't know that yet, but I'm excited to see that, and I hope it is all those three at the same time.
If you know me at all, you know I'm a stan for Noah Brown. Why? I don't know. Maybe because I do a draft podcast in the offseason. I know he's a talented guy at Ohio State. He's been MIA since he hurt his hamstring. Jess, I have no ill will toward Tavon Austin at all, but if he does need to go to injured reserve, Noah Brown is waiting in the wings. He's ready to come back soon. I don't know anything, but man, that would be exciting to see the big guy get a shot back on the active roster.
Noah Brown, number one.
Noah Brown's number one.
I like Noah Brown. I like
good player.
All right, guys, another episode for you coming tomorrow at 5:30 Central. Don't miss it. Tell us on @Cover4 what you like, don't like, and why Dave is wearing red on Redskins Week.
Ooh, you're wearing red too.
Hey,
get out of here.